I will be looking back at music over the years by looking at the #1 single on Billboard's Hot 100 from 50, 30, 20, 10 years ago, and today. Music has evolved through the years, as well as varying music genres throughout the decades that peaked in popularity. Each of these songs topped the charts on This Week in 1967, 1987, 1997, 2007, and today in 2017. After a brief summary of each song, the first 30 seconds of that song will be played before moving on to the next track. The #1 song half a century ago is Something Stupid by Frank and Nancy Sinatra. Frank Sinatra is one of the most influential names in music throughout the 1940s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, with his combination of big band and swing music. However, this song slows it down a bit as he collaborates with his eldest daughter Nancy. The song was originally written by Carson Parks earlier with his wife Gail, but the Sinatra duet was a lot more commercially successful, spending 4 weeks on the top of the charts. It was the only example of a father-daughter #1 song in U.S. history. Here is Something Stupid.
I know I stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Then afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or two. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I can see it in your eyes that you despise the same old lies you heard the night before. And though it's just a line to you, for me it's true and never seen.
Flash forward 20 years to April of 1987. When disco and dance music in general dominated the charts through the 1980s. Aretha Franklin, known as the Queen of Soul, helped to dominate the Motown music scene coming out of Detroit through the 60s and 70s. And George Michael was an up-and-coming artist at the time who helped shape disco music coming out of England in the 80s. The two of them collaborated, combining both styles of their music together. The song was written by Simon Klein and Dennis Morgan, and despite coming 15 years after some of her main hits, it still is one of her biggest hits to date, thanks to the collaboration from George Michael. Here is I Knew You Were Waiting for Me. Now onward to the 1990s, when one of the primary genres dominating the airwaves was hip-hop, which was founded in the 1980s, but reached popularity in the 1990s, thanks to hip-hop artists like Tupac and Biggie. This song in April 1997 was Can't Nobody Hold Me Down by Sean Combs, known as Puff Daddy. The song samples Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Fives, the message from 15 years earlier. It spent 6 weeks atop the Billboard charts and featured a guest appearance from a Harlem rapper named Maze, who was making his first appearance in a mainstream single. Here is Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. Please be warned, there is explicit language in the coming song.
Now it's on the hot track, melt like it's hot wax. Put it out, all the stores, bet you can shop that. Leave a nigga with a hot hat, frontin' frontin' like bad boy ain't got tracks. Nigga, stop that. There's no guy slicker than this young fly nigga. Nickel 9 liquor, floss you die quicker. Did bedtime, out of town pie flipper. Turn Chris Dallas to a crooked eye sipper. Everybody wanna be fast, see the cash. Fuck around they weak staff, get a heat rash. Anything a bad boy way we smash. 100 deep stash, push a bulletproof E-class. I'm through with being a player and a baller. Just want me one bad bitch so I can spoil her. Mates wanna be the one you respect, even when you're vexed. Rock Versace silks over still V-necks. Got green, never seen, so you suck my jewels. Clutch my ooze, anything I touch I bruise. Puff make his own law, nigga.
Another 10 years passes and we are now in 2007. I was coming up my first year of middle school and the music experienced a bit of a metamorphosis and combined elements of the last 2 decades previously mentioned, with a style of hip-hop and dance together. Justin Timberlake and Chris Brown were both big music icons who ruled the charts during this time. This song was produced and performed by arguably the top pop music producer of the 2000s, Timbaland, who followed in the footsteps of his predecessor, Dr. Dre. Timbaland worked with such artists as Aaliyah, Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Justin Timberlake. The latter is featured in this track, along with popular artist at the time, Nelly Furtado, who had other top singles during this time as well. This song spent at the top of the charts 26 weeks or 6 months, and as of today has been downloaded over 2 million times. Here is Give It To Me.
Is it going, is it going, is it going, is it going? I don't know what you're looking for.
To Montauk on love. Love my ass and my abs in the video. All promiscuous. My style is ridiculous.
Finally, we reach the present day, and this current week where the style of chart-topping music is not too much different from 10 years ago, with a combination of hip-hop and dance music. However, the key today is the more digital sound that this music has. The number 1 single today is Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, which combines elements of hip-hop and dance music and has a strong resemblance to a late 90s song Mountains of Things by Tracy Chapman. The song reached number 1 in 30 different countries and has sold more than 2 million downloads in 3 months alone compared to the 2 million in 10 years from the previous song. This song is currently number 1 for what is now the 14th consecutive week and may very well be the number 1 song of 2017. This is Shape of You.
Club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, tripping fast, and then we talk slow. And you come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with.
So over the years and decades, music popularity has changed. And that is evidenced by the songs that topped the charts during these decades, with Frank and Nancy Sinatra, Aretha Franklin and George Michael, Puff Daddy and Maze, Timberland, Justin Timberlake and Nelly Furtado, and finally Ed Sheeran. The only question now remains is what will the top song be and sound like in April of 2027, 10 years from now. Thank you so much for listening.